Okay, I'm putting this back. Okay. Hi, this is Marlene from Marley Grace Creations. Welcome, you guys. Sorry, I need to shut my door because my dog would think I probably needed to play. If you're watching me right now from YouTube, welcome to my channel. So I had, hey Nancy McLean, how are you? I had 8 or 9 on. I was trying to do an experiment to see what happened if I turn my phone this way, you know. Not so good. I have a program that I can use just for YouTube, but it has to be that way. So anyway, give everybody a couple of minutes to hop on, and I'm going to pour some molds in the middle of this wonderful muggy, it's not muggy, it's well, it's cold. It's cold outside and rainy. Confused. It's okay. Don't be Nancy. I'm confused too. I'm just coming on in the middle of the day because I'm in the mood to pour some molds. And I also want to experiment. Hey, Marge. Also, hey, Joe. I also want to experiment to see what happens if I turn my camera horizontal. And I could see more of me, but I could not see any comments. And I see there's 8 up there, but only, okay, I see 9, but I don't see but a couple of names. I see Diane, Joe, Nancy, Marge. Hey, you guys. Okay, a few more hop on in a minute. No, I have 7. So anyway, I'm going to pour some molds in the middle of the day. It's about, what, 3:30? Yeah, 3:30, 20 till 4. Don't know which way to turn my phone. Oh, the way you always do. I'm not doing anything different right now, Nancy. I have my phone. Hey, Jermaine, how are you? I have my phone the way I always do, this way. So just do what you always do. Hey, Connie. Hey, Cheryl. How are you guys? I'm going to pour some molds. I poured these already. Let me put you down a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. I poured these already. And I'm going to show you. Hey, Laurie. These are the new Christmas ornament molds. So I'm going to show you these. And then I'm going to pour some. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Look at all these details. These are already hard. I've had these poured for a while. Look at all the details on these ornaments. I cannot wait to use them. Hey, Amanda. You've been in several positions. I'm sorry. Several positions in the last few minutes. Hey, Sonia Rogers. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful? Can you see the details? Maybe not. Let me get it closer. There you go. You can see all the cute little details. Look at this. Hey, Marilyn, how are you? Look at the details on this one. Isn't that pretty? I can't wait to paint them all different ways. I'm going to unbox this and show you in just a minute, Tammy. Look at all the details on this one. Look at that. And just sharp, sharp, sharp. See, here's one. This one's smaller, but the details are crazy. Crazy amazing. Okay, there's the details. Are you going to paint them? Not right now, Cheryl. Maybe tonight or tomorrow, but I'm not going to paint them. I'm going to pour some more. There we go. See this one? Look at the details on this one. They're just beautiful, and that's all of those. And here is the mold. I showed you the mold last night, and I poured... got the glass knobs. Oh, good, Amanda. It doesn't take long to get them, does it? And I'm going to make some more candy jars, too. This is the kind of resin I use, guys. And just remember, it has to say right here on this line, purple box. It has to say right here on this line, turns white and cures in 10 minutes. There's all kinds of resin out there. If it doesn't do that, if it doesn't say that, you have the wrong thing. And it comes with 3 of these tiny little cups so you can measure. And it comes with a part A and a part B. And I don't call them You can use Form Flex, Sonia. You can use just plain Sculpey air dry clay, whatever you want to do. The only thing, let's see, the back to back. Yes, you can. That is what I thought it was. This is part A, and I call it clear because you can see that in the label it's clear. And this is part B, and I call it yellow because it's yellow. And so that's how I kind of tell them apart. Hey Karen, how are you? So I have a cup, and I have a C on it for clear, and I have a Y on this one for yellow. And I already know, and this is just for mixing, but I am going to use, I cut the bottom out of a cup, not a cup, a tea bottle a while ago. Hey Teresa. And I'm going to mix it in here and pour. So I usually wear gloves, but I'm not right now. Let me get something to stir with. This also comes with a couple of popsicle sticks, so that helps stir. Don't use this with anything metal. If you want to use plastic spoons to stir it, you can. You can use wooden popsicle sticks. You can use any plastic. Do not wash it down your sink. You'll ruin your sink. It's not good for your sink. Whether it's stainless steel or whatever, don't put it in your sink. So I'm just going to show you. Here's a Y and here's a C. And this is for yellow and this is for clear. This is just how I do it. You guys can find your own way. And I've tried this kit at the craft store. I did. Hey, Lisa Smith. I did buy this. I bought this one at Hobby Lobby or Michael's, and I have ordered it on Amazon. Excuse me. Sometimes you can get a double pack on Amazon, a little cheaper when they have a sale. So I'm going to go ahead and start pouring this. And I've already figured out that this full and this full will just about pour this whole mold. So that's what I am about to do. I'm just going to fill this one. This is the yellow. See the yellow? I'm going to pour it in the cup right here that has a Y. The one with the Y. So that way I can keep these separate. And as long as you pour the yellow in this, the clear in this, and keep them separated, they're not going to start to do anything. You've got to put them together before the chemicals start to react. So I'm just going to pour this all the way to the brim. Just about to that very last line that you can see. And always put your lid right back on because you don't want to spill it. Number one, it's paint on sale at Amazon. Really? And this one is clear. You can see how clear this is. And so that's how I keep it. I don't care if it says A or B. I pay that no attention. If you want to keep up with A and B, you can. You've got to do it your way. So I've got to pour these as close to the same. This is not quite as much as that, so I need just a little more. Close to the top. Always put the lid back on. If you spill it, it's not that it's so hard to get up, even though it is, but if you spill a lot of your clear, then you can't use your yellow unless you get a whole nother pack because you've already ruined some of it. So you've got to be really careful. So let me just take this and let's see. The clear's thicker, so I always pour the yellow first. It's just what I do. Get it all in there, move it aside. And then here is the clear. And the clear's thicker. And what I'm going to do is just get my popsicle stick. Just want, guys, if you can't see as good as you think you need to, if you'll just tell me. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep on. And I put it in this clear so you could see. See how it looks kind of cloudy, milky? In just a minute, it's going to get real milky because it's going to mix together. And then it's going to get clear as water. So when it gets completely clear and warm, I can feel the bottom. My hands are underneath it. I can feel when it starts to get warm. And don't whip it. Like, don't stir it fast. Just constantly stir it. If you get air bubbles, a lot of air bubbles in there, then they're just going to be in there. Hey Kim, how are you? So, I don't usually come on this time of day, but I was just in the mood and I wanted to pour some more of these. I've been pouring these all morning. So when I get ready, it's starting to get warm, y'all. And if you can tell, it's starting to get clear. Can you see the cloudy's going away and it's starting to get clear? I just cut the bottom off of a soda bottle to use this because later I'm going to throw it away. It's getting real warm. And I'm starting to be able to see the popsicle stick in the bottom. I want it to get just a little bit warmer than that. Okay. There. Can you see how clear it looks? It looks like water, and you can see it's harder on the camera, but I can see that. So I'm just gonna, I like this because I can bend it, but I don't have time to play around. I just want to get these crevices filled. Oh, it's not pouring like I thought it would. Oh, great. That's okay. We're going to make it work. Just get it in there. You don't have time to fool around too much. There's just a little bit in that one. I thought before I would be able to use it in all of them, but it wasn't. And this did not go all the way down. So I'm just going to take my popsicle stick and I'm going to kind of manipulate it. There's enough in that crevice that it's going to go. And if you see any that's just not quite in all the little details, you've got time to do that just for a little bit. There's a little bit that needs to go there. But once it starts feeling like gooey, sticky, I got this mold on Etsy. If you know anybody that sells IOD, I'm sure they have this one. This is one of the newer molds. Okay, they all look good to me. And now they're just going to have, you can already see that it's turning white. Hey, Francis, how are you? I just watched you make a pie. You can see that it's turning white. I can't do anything with this right now. So if you have any questions, now is a great time because that's all I have time to do right now is talk to you. This is starting to turn white. When it starts to turn white, that's a good sign because that's curing and the chemicals are working. But if I were to pick this up right now and move this is bendable and it would just make a mess, a gooey mess. Sorry, y'all. All of a sudden I have a frog in my throat. So it would just make a gooey mess. So we're just going to leave it just like that a minute. Hey, Wendy. Love the blue on you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's cold today, so I pulled out a sweater. It feels like wintertime here. It feels like winter. These are done. These are cured. That's the same thing I just poured. I poured these a couple of hours ago. And so you can store these in a container. I have a big box from Michael's, a big clear box, and I have it labeled, hey Marie, I have it labeled resin molds. And you can use these forever. All you have to do if you want them to mold to a certain shape is warm them up. And I warm them up anyway because sometimes they'll have a tendency to bend a little bit. And so that way, when you warm them up a little bit, even if you have, say, a flat surface and you want to put them down, you might have a little bit that's raised. Go ahead and warm it up and put it down. And then it's going to mold to that completely, no matter what. We have been getting rain and lots of wind, Kim. Yes, we are. And it's cold. I think this is the first cold rain I can remember this year. We sure are getting rain. But it's not heavy rain. It's just a misty rain and it's off and on. So it's like a really thick misty rain. Hey Lane, how are you? Happy afternoon. I don't usually come on this time of day, and I thought, you know, I'm in the mood. I'm just going to do it, and not even, how do you warm them? A heat tool, yes. I just, for instance, I usually like get a container so it'll stay contained because they're kind of light and they will blow. If you hold them, of course, you don't want to burn your hands. So I just find a bowl or a tray or a box or something where it'll stay contained, and I just warm it up, and you can, and it'll get flexible again, and then just put it where you want it. But that's all I do is use a heat tool. When this starts getting solid here in a minute, and it's getting there, I can move this and I'll show you. I'll show you what I do. Let me see if there's something. I don't really have anything here that I want to put it on. I didn't bring anything to do that too. So, is there different resins for project? Yes, Kim, there are. You probably see some crafters and they'll pour it in a tray. This is going to turn white. So if you have this pretty tray that you've decoupaged on or painted or whatever, and you use this resin, it'll work. It'll definitely work, but it'll pop out because it's not made to stay, and it'll turn white. So you won't be able to see under there. So there's your first clue that this is not the type of resin for that. It's just for molds. There is some resin that cures a lot. It takes a lot longer to cure. So, yes, this is called Bauble, B-A-U-B-L-E. And it's all Christmas ornaments. You can't miss it. There's a couple, but this one's called B-A-U-B-L-E, Bauble. Don't ask me what that means. Never heard the word before. Oh, it feels good to be here in the afternoon. But, okay, these are starting to turn white. And I want to show you what happens. It won't hurt them, but watch this. They won't pop out because they're sticky. They're gooey. Now, I can spread this apart. See this? And it is starting to pop out. But it right now is just gooey like chewing gum. So it's because it's warm. And you can put your hand under here and it's just warm as it can be. If you want it to cure a little faster, move it, because see, this has made this warm. So move it away from your warm surface onto a cool spot, and it helps it even a little better. Did that answer your question, Tammy? But the resin that you would like pour on a tabletop or a tray, Kim, is it stays clear and it cures. I can't remember how much the curing time is, but it cures. It takes a lot longer. I'll put it that way. All I do is let's see. Okay, I have this jar. Say I want to put this around a jar. I am going to just take this one. Let's get one that's kind of fatter. Oh, this stuff is sticky. Yuck. Down here. Okay, let's get this bigger one. And I'm going to heat it up. Now, I made this several hours ago, and it is hard as a brick. I mean, it's hard as a brick, right? Hey, Stacy. I didn't send out any notifications, Stacy. I just wanted to see what happened if I didn't in the middle of the day. And also, I had my phone this way, and I couldn't see notifications and stuff. So I had to go out and come back. Hey, Brenda. So I'm warming this up. And I'm just going to turn it on both sides and get it good and warm, and you can kind of feel it. It's not going to get hot enough it'll burn you, but you can start to feel it. And you would have to just about hold it on here for it to damage it. Or you were napping in the middle of the day, you lucky dog. Okay, see this now? See, it's flexible. So if I wanted to put it on this, I could totally put it there and then hold that down. And just, it's not quite warm enough, but you can see it starting to curve. See how it's curving? So I would have to heat it up a little more. Of course, this ornament's too big for this jar, and I don't want it on there anyway. I'm just showing you what happens. These are pretty on those candles that you get from the dollar store or somewhere. Okay, it's pretty warm now. I'm gonna make this go this way. Now I'm gonna hold it till it cools off just a little bit, because if not, it's just gonna go back the way it was. So right now I'm gonna make it the shape of this jar. I have a bracelet that I keep intending to make, and I have one that I have curved. Okay, it's cooling off. Thank you, Stacy. Okay, look at that. See how curved it is? And it fits on this jar. So if I were to use it on this jar and glue it down, it wouldn't, it'd be less likely to pop off because it's the shape of the jar. Now this one doesn't go on there. It's way too big. But, hey, Elizabeth Bauer, Miss Ellie's Attic. How are you today? Now I'm going to make this go back flat, just like it was before I heated this up. It is pretty neat. And, you know, Wood U Bend does this, and I've never needed to, I think Margaret or somebody just sent me something. I've never had the need to buy Wood U Bend. Now, Wood U Bend is wood. And they also make a drill to drill holes in this too, guys. So you can drill holes. And on some of these ornaments, I'm going to put them together. I didn't bring but one of each down here, but when I pop these out, I'll show you. Okay. Now I want you to look at this. Now it's flat again. See that? Completely flat, because I'm putting it on this flat surface and letting it cool again. So you can do this as many times as you want. You're not going to hurt it. Now you can break them if you just keep pressing and you haven't warmed it up enough. However, if you want to put it on something and it's broken, you can mend it. You can glue it back together. They are. I'm going to show you. These may be ready to pop out here in just a minute, because I made like 4 of each upstairs, but I only brought enough down here. This feels like it's cooling off, especially this one. Yep. See how easy it came out? Look at the details. Isn't that beautiful? Let's see if these are ready. Yes, they are. Now, these are the ones I just poured. It takes about 10 minutes. Or less, sometimes less. It depends on the temperature in your house. It depends on where you set it down. There you go. There's one. Just gonna push it down. And there's one. Now see, right now, look how flexible it is. You can do almost anything you want to with it. Now in 5 more minutes, you won't. It's gonna be hard as a brick. You can heat it up though and do this again. So I'm just gonna put it there on a cool surface. Now, this one was a little under pour. You see this shape and see that? After you get this painted, it's not ever even going to show. Chances are it's not. Okay. Okay, these are pretty cool. Now, let me find the matches to these over here. Okay. I have a friend that has bought some, here, these match, bought some little hooks that we can glue like right here, and then glue these together, and she's going to bring me some of those later. So you can, and if they don't fit good, you know, if one is a little bent out a little bit, you just warm them up. Look at that. See, that's as thick as it'll get, but you can make these look like glass, metal. The shop I told you before is closing. This would be the time, Stacy. But there's two. So you can put it on a flat surface and decorate them. You can have two. You could decorate these 100 ways. Let's see, here's another one. And this one is poured a little thinner than this. It does not even matter. There you go. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I can't wait to paint them. Get them all different colors. Let's see, I did not pour that one. Where's the other one? Oh, this one. I poured this one too. Hey Sharon, how are you? Now see this one, it wants to stay apart because one dried a little bit this way. So I'm going to show you. I'm just going to warm it up. And then I'm going to clamp, like put them together and hold them for just a minute. See, I'm just going to hold them. Now they're not glued or anything, and they're not going to stay together. I just want them to form the same shape. Oh, I can't wait to paint them. Maybe I'll come on tonight and paint some. And look how pretty this even looks on the side. Look at that little, you can't tell. See that little star on the side, how it goes together? Whites are so hard, y'all. There you go. Look around the edge. Isn't that pretty? How these go together on the sides. It is crazy how they are. You just have to kind of practice and not underpour, overpour. Hey, Muriel. I hope I pronounced your name right. Okay, those are alike. And this one is one of my favorites. I did not pour a second one of those, so I can't put that together. And I did not pour a second one of those, but I can. So, okay, here's this big one. Did I pour another one of those? Oh, here it is. Here's the big one. This is the one I just poured. See how flexible it still is. But it's going to get hard eventually. There you go. Isn't that pretty? The details on them are gorgeous. And you could paint these any color, red, gold, put decor wax on them. I know they are beautiful holding them like this. Okay, you guys, that's it. I have poured molds. And see what happens when I have a little bit left over? I'll just pour it in there and I'll leave it. And then if you have any extra, like, you know, it came over here, you just pick it off. Just pick it off and get rid of it. But, and see, that's a drip. But if I have a little bit left, I'll pour it in here. And then when I have a little bit the next time, I can finish filling that up. And it bonds. You cannot see where it started and where it stopped. It's not going to come apart. It's not going to break. I do have those molds. You have these, Stacy? You already got them? Do you have some resin? You need to pour some. But this stuff is awesome. You just have to make sure, and it's called Amazing Casting Resin. You just have to make sure that you get it so precise, because if you get too much A or too much B and less of the other, it could set up too fast to where you can't even pour. And if you get it less of one than the other, and I forget which is which, one's real thick and one's watery, but if you get less of the other, then it stays gooey. And I've had a few, it hasn't happened to me but a couple of times, but I have had a few that never did get hard. They just stayed kind of gooey, almost like taffy. So when that happens, you know that you have not measured right, or that last little bit had a little more A or B, or you didn't mix right. Just throw it away, because you're not going to be able to correct that. Hey Brenda, how are you? So this one is still a little floppy. This may be one of those. I'm not sure. Maybe because it's thinner. But we'll be able to use it. This one's not sticky. It's just still a little flexible, and that's okay. It's probably just not cooled enough. But we'll be able to use it on a flat surface. And I have, I'm going to have, let's see, the big reindeers, some holly, some pine. So we're going to do a few different things for Christmas with these. I know some of you are not ready for Christmas stuff yet, you know, Christmas things. However, if you don't start now, you're not going to be ready. And I'm going to have a craft show that I have to do. I can't remember. I think it's about the middle of November. And if I don't start working on it now, I'm not going to have no Christmas stuff. And they'll be totally over fall by then. So I'm going to have to, even though maybe not with you guys, but off camera I might have to. Hi, Nancy. How are you? Okay, anybody have any questions? Because that's all I have. That was quick. That was quick. So I'm going to get off from here and get this loaded to YouTube. All right, you guys, thanks for hopping on. I appreciate, oh, somebody sent stars. Who sent stars? Thank you, guys. Whoever sent stars, I appreciate that so much. So I'll be on later tonight. This was just a kind of impromptu because I wanted to, Stacy says, I'll watch Christmas. Bye, Donna. Bye, Jermaine. Thank you. All right. You guys, if you're watching me right now and that red live button is not up there, chances are you're watching the replay. If that red live button's up there, you are watching the replay. Thanks for hopping on. And if you have any questions, let me know. I'll go back and answer them. If you're watching me from YouTube right now, thank you. Welcome to my channel. My name is Marlene. This is Marley Grace Creations. And I will see you guys later. Bye.